All right, welcome everyone. My name's Nick Hershey. I'm the president and founder of the Mortgage Calculator. We are a new lender and we do things quite a bit different. So today we're going to explain a little bit more about what we do differently, what makes us unique. I have my partner and co-host here, Kyle. He does a lot of the recruiting, so a lot of you guys will be speaking to him. And we also have our partner and 26-year veteran, Jose, who is our mentor and taught us all about the loans. But we'll talk about what makes us a little bit different, than most mortgage companies. So let me start by sharing my screen here. So most of you have probably joined this call from this page. So hopefully you're familiar with a little bit of it, but let me just kind of go through the bullet points. We are definitely a different type of lender. We love to have options. We'll explain a little bit more about that in the future, but we have dozens of broker and correspondent options. I believe we just added our 12th correspondent lender, and I think we have about 46 wholesale lender options. So we love having options. It's because we focus on leads, which we'll obviously talk about as well. One of the beautiful things is about being a correspondent, which we are currently, is there is no max commission cap. So a lot of you guys are probably used to the wholesale world or just working in more of a call center type environment where there's obviously a lot of restrictions. But when we do large loans, we can get large commissions on the correspondent and there's no really caps on that. But we also, again, love to have options. So you always have options to do a correspondent deal or a wholesale deal. What makes us very different is our passion for leads. So myself and Kyle, we come from more of a technology background. For the last 15 plus years, we've been doing online advertising lead generation for many different companies and spent millions of dollars on all the platforms. So we're very passionate about filling you guys with leads. We do that at a simple 50-50 split with you guys. And Kyle will show you how that looks on the back end here in a second. Another thing, since we're more of a technology-based platform, we are very passionate about no monthly fees. There are no tech fees or desk fees of any kind. We have built this technology that Kyle's about to show you from the ground up, every line of code. So we don't have to charge you guys any fees for that. Along with that is our free Mortgage CRM with the dialer. So Kyle will show you how that looks. It's pretty much industry standard, but Kyle will show you what makes that a little bit special. And one of the things that does make it special is the website. So everybody gets a website with a fully integrated application where they can, take clients from quote all the way through application to gathering docs and actually generating the 3.4 file. And then we can actually use that to push that into a Compass and actually do the loan. Another thing that Kyle will show you here live on a demo is lead routing and lead setup. So not only do we want to set you guys up with new campaigns, but Kyle will show you guys how to integrate your current campaigns into our CRM platform. So we love bringing your guys' leads in there. We're also very passionate, myself, obviously, and Jose, and just the way we do things here. We're very passionate about business purpose loans, specifically the DSCR loan, which is very popular now. It's something that we've been doing for over 2 years and really focusing on. And currently, we can prospect those loans in over 30 states. Because they're a business purpose loan, you don't have to always have the state-based restriction on your license because it's typically vested in an LLC business purpose loan. So we generate a lot of those types of leads. We'll talk a little bit more about what types of leads we do shortly. Another thing that we're very passionate about is support. So just like the call we're doing now as a group here with over 100 people, we love to do group calls a couple times a week, but also one-on-one calls. So just last night at about 10:30, I was doing a file with Brandy, one of our MLOs, one of our first files, but I was just making sure we disclose that together and get that first file set up properly so she's set up for success in the future. So we love doing those one-on-one calls and actually taking over the screen. And I was actually clicking buttons for her to help navigate the UWM website and obviously our Compass as well as we're moving that file through to disclosures. Now, what you guys are all probably here for is about the comp plan. So let's go over the 3 different comp plans we have here, kind of at a high level. And hopefully if you guys have any questions, we can get into that after the presentation. But really we have 3 different plans. This is probably different if you guys have joined our call previously. We've had different plans. Obviously we've been for the last 3 years, we've had this model at a FDIC bank. We've built our team model at a broker, solely wholesale broker. We've built our team model at a non-delegated lender, and we've also built our team model at a delegated lender. Now we've started our own company, so where we are now licensed as a lender, and we have a little bit different plans. So what we have done is broken this up to senior loan officer for those who have done 5 loans with us and already know our system and know how we work, because we do things differently, as I mentioned before. We don't want to hold you guys back, but we want to make sure you guys, even if you've done 1,000 loans, we want to make sure you do at least 5 loans with our system so that you can get familiar with our systems and how everything works and push that through to success. So we're going to help you guys always on your first few loans. So if you guys are successful, you do 5 loans, great. We're going to upgrade you to the senior plan. That's where we make the great commission up to 200 basis points on our regular loans, conventional non-QM, and a 50-50 split would be 100 basis points for 1% commission on the leads that you take from the company. Obviously included in all of this is everything we just talked about, all the stuff that makes us different and great. Now, everybody that already does loans and already knows what they're doing can join on the loan officer plan, where for your first few loans, we want to make sure we meet with you one-on-one to disclose those loans. We get you familiar with disclosing loans in our system, using all our different outlets, and obviously closing loans with our system. So you want to all start on this plan, and that is 150 basis points or 1.5% commission on your regular deals. And if you take a company lead, that would be 50%, so 75 basis points or 0.75% commission on those company deals if one of those first few deals you do is a company lead. Again, comes with all the great tools we have and all the great leads that Kyle's going to show you in a second. Now, out of request and basically organically, we've had a lot of people that are interested in joining as more of a loan officer assistant or more of a junior loan officer where they can work together with an experienced senior loan officer to close deals. So this plan is somewhat new. The loan officer assistant plan, it's a little bit of a misnomer. It's not for people to be assistants. It's for people that are licensed loan officers that want to learn and want to get help a senior loan officer do a loan and still make good commission. So you still have to be licensed. I know people are going to ask that, all that good stuff. But if you're just licensed, if you're brand new, if you don't know what you're doing, we would love to team you up with a senior loan officer, and we can pay you the 75 basis points and pay the senior loan officer a great commission as well to join you up and help you close that deal, and obviously have a much better chance of success on your first few deals. So those of you that are brand new or maybe not quite ready to take this full time, this would be kind of the plan for you. So 75 basis points is the base comp. You're basically going to refer those deals to a senior loan officer, and you're going to make 75 basis points helping that senior loan officer close a deal. Obviously, it's hopefully your friend or family member or your personal client. So you're going to be contacting them, working to get those documents and stuff. And the senior loan officer will be doing the heavy lifting of actually closing the loan and issuing the disclosures and all that great stuff. So this is kind of a organic thing that we want to make sure that we have people that aren't quite ready to dive in, have an outlet and can make a great commission. And we team them up with our senior loan officers that have already closed 5, 10, 20, 100 loans under our system and know what they're doing and have a high chance of success. So this is how we basically set out our team, a little bit different than before. The next part of the presentation, we usually go into how the mortgage software works, but we have Kyle here with a live demo so he can actually show us kind of live in person how that looks. So you ready to do a little demo here, Kyle?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see here. I'm going to share my screen. Do you got the CRM there?
You're good.
Perfect. Okay. So what I'll do here is, of course, when you come on board, we'll do a formal training and all that kind of stuff. But what I'm going to do here today is just really quickly go through some of the cool features. So as Nick said, we have a typical CRM, a lot like other CRMs. You take your notes, send your emails and texts. It keeps track of everything in timelines, set reminders, set action plans and drip campaigns to text and email them automatically, all that kind of good stuff. But one of the really cool parts about our system here is our quoting system. So within a few minutes, 2, 3, 5 minutes, you can send out a quick quote with just a few pieces of info from the client, and you can pull the rates through Loan Sifter, all the different lenders and investors we have, and are able to copy and paste the pricing very quickly. And you can send out your client a quote. It sends them an email and a text with this from your website, right? Your personal website. A nice little quote showing the different rates they can choose from. What do these things mean? Pulls in the Google map automatically, the Zestimate automatically, the loan info, the breakdown of taxes, payment, insurance, right? The estimated closing fees. And one really cool thing here is not only are you on there as the loan originator, but your realtor partners you can put on these as well, right? So your realtor partners absolutely love this. They know when you send their client a quote, not only are you attaching them to it and you can copy them on it, but you are actually showing their client, hey, we are your team that's pushing this deal across the finish line. They know you can send them a quote within minutes and attach them, and your realtor partners absolutely love that, right? So nice, beautiful quote sent to them within minutes. And one of the coolest parts is you can actually, the client can click start my loan application, and they are instantly taken to their borrower portal where they can then start their 1003. It requests the basic documents for that type of loan that we need so they can upload their documents. They agree to the e-consent and the credit authorization. They can see the loan info, the milestone of where the loan is at in the system. And of course, they can communicate with you. So they get their nice borrower portal here. Now, what you see on your side as the loan officer is you are now able to see the same thing. You can help them with their 1003. You can help them upload documents, but you can also request documents. Let's say you end up needing 12 months of bank statements. You just save that, and then it asks the client for 12 months of bank statements and lets them know they need to upload that. You could change the entire packet and say, you know what, this is actually going to be a DSCR loan, not a conventional loan. I'm going to go ahead and switch the entire packet of documents we need. You could also request signatures. Let's say you need them to sign something. You can do that. It notifies them and they can sign it right here through the system, through our e-sign. They don't even have to leave the page, right? So perfect way to take them from communicating with them as a client, as a lead, to then quoting them in the system and then collecting all of the documents through the system automatically, easy, where you and them can work together to make sure you get all the documents and push this loan forward. Now, once we originate this loan, we now have our pipeline tab where we're going to keep track of all our loans, what lenders or investors they're at, all that kind of good stuff. But most importantly, the stage and milestone that the loan is in. We want to make sure that we keep everyone updated on what's going on with the loan. Now, the number one complaint from both clients and realtors about loan officers is lack of communication. So our system has a few different ways to make sure everyone is kept up to date, and this is one of them. When that appraisal comes back, you want to make sure that you keep yourself organized. And it's also going to ask you if you would like to send a notification to the client. You can then send that notification. It automatically lets the client know that the stage of the loan has been moved, and it copies the realtor on it as well. So we're going to keep in touch with everyone automatically so everyone is on the same page. So that is how we take a loan from contacting a client to quoting to gathering documents and then keeping track of the loan all the way through in the system. But let's talk about how we get these clients. Let's talk about the leads. So let's say Jane Doe is from one of our ad campaigns. We're going to be sending you text messages throughout the day from our Facebook ad campaigns, mostly from Facebook. They're going to be people who clicked an ad about one of our programs and double opted in to be contacted. And the second they click that submit button, you're going to get a text message to your phone. So you're going to get text throughout the day to claim the lead. You're going to call them within the first minute, right? So that is how we're going to get leads all the time. Those are our hot, fresh leads that are going to be coming from our ad campaigns, and you're going to contact them right away. You're going to take your notes, you're going to send your quotes, and you're going to eventually close the deal. Now, another way that we provide you leads is our auto dialer. So we have a full auto dialer here where you can call hundreds of people in a day, right? You can drop automated text messages and emails to them instantly and go right to the next call. And so we provide lead lists in here. We have cold call lists. We have realtor lists to call. We have other leads that come through. So whenever you're ready to put in work, we have lead lists in here for you to call, and you can call hundreds of people a day using the auto dialer. So that's another way that we provide our loan officers leads. Another thing here is you can buy leads. So if you like the leads that we are giving you, you can purchase them yourself with no lead split. So if you want to fill your pipeline more and you want to get leads without the split, right? So you can get the same exact leads we're giving you. We copy our ad campaigns that we've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on proving out. We route those leads directly to you only, so you don't have to click to compete to claim them. And there is no lead split on them. So you have it in your control anytime you want to boost your pipeline with the great leads that we can give you, but you have no split on the back end when you purchase them yourself. You'll still get the leads that we give you at no upfront cost, of course, on a lead split, but you can boost your pipeline by taking things into your own hands and investing into your own career. The other way that we provide leads is that you can import leads with the webhook that we give you. So we give you your custom webhook. You can integrate that with Zapier, with anywhere else that you buy leads. Most places that sell leads have a Zapier connection to where you can use the webhook we give you, and you can bring in leads from any third-party sources that you want to purchase leads from in real time. So they look just like the other leads that come in. You get a text and an email, you're able to call them, quote them, collect the documents, just like any of the leads that we give you. So any way possible that you can get and contact leads, we make available here to you through the system, whether they're the hot, fresh leads that we give you, or the auto dialer to drum up business, or you want to purchase your own leads or import leads from any other place that you want to purchase leads. We try to make every outlet to get and work leads available to you here in the system. So what I want to do is throw it over to Nick here, because he's kind of the lead master. And I want Nick to talk about the type of leads we get and why we get those leads. So let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen. Let me bring Nick in here and let him talk about that. Go ahead, Nick.
Okay, so we're very passionate about leads and doing things differently. So one thing that makes us successful, or at least has in the past, is we do things differently. So we want to look for something that's different and unique, right? We don't want to advertise to get refis, conventional loans, or anything that the big boys are spending billions of dollars on. Not only is it a bad idea for us to compete with people with billions of dollars, like the Rockets and the big guys, but we don't want to even step in that space, because it's just a competition at that point. We want to go where there is no competition. So everything that we set out to do, we want to do something different and unique, and we do that the same thing with our ads. So we want to advertise the products that are different, that nobody else is out there advertising, getting the borrowers that nobody else is trying to get, and obviously offering the products and services that slam dunk those deals. So we typically do that by investing nearly, I'd say probably 80 to 90% of our budget, the money that we spend, the hundreds of thousands that we spend, on non-QM ads. So whether we get them from a DSCR ad, or a bank statement ad, or a portfolio ad, or a mixed use ad, or a commercial ad, they still also have conventional loans. So Kyle always wants me to say that as well. It's not that we don't do conventional, but we do typically advertise the non-QM because it's an ad that nobody else is doing to a customer that nobody else is serving. And we're able to do those products very well because we've been focusing on non-QM for nearly 3 years now, because it's something we're very passionate about as investors. Myself and Kyle, we have multiple short-term rentals, long-term rentals, commercial properties, mixed-use properties, all kinds of stuff. So we're always very interested in all the options out there and all the different options. But we also still always have conventional loans as well when people are doing their primary home or their second home. And our investors that we get from the DSCR ads might have 10, 20, 100 properties, but they still have a primary home. So we still want to get them with the products that are going to attract them, make them click, obviously make them engage with us, show our expertise in the space where, the big boys can't play. And obviously then knock it out the park with obviously backing that up with the products and services. So as I mentioned before, we love options, and that's because we're getting so many different ads and leads and non-QM products. We need to have a space for every lead, right? So we have, I think now we just added our 12th, I believe this morning, a correspondent investor. And we have, I believe 45 or 46 wholesale lenders that we can partner with, all with different little niche products and programs. And so as a team, we want to make sure we're advertising all the little niches, getting all those different customers that aren't being served, and obviously then serving them effectively. So hopefully that answers that for you, Kyle. Is that good?
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously a lot of our loan officers' personal deals that they're working, or deals with their realtors, are either conventional or FHA or whatever it may be. So we just really focus our ad dollars on that. So with that being said, what I want to do is have Jose introduce himself and talk about what he does here on the team at this company, and then we'll go ahead and get into questions. So Jose, go ahead and take it away.
Sure. Thank you, everybody, for joining us this afternoon. Great use of your time. With myself, I've been licensed as a loan originator and as a real estate agent since September of 1995. Been doing both functions. I have more of an emphasis on loans, but I have never removed myself from the real estate side, which helps me gain that extra insight needed, especially when reaching out to your realtor partners, which is a great source of business. when we started the mortgage calculator, we saw the need to be able to convey processes and knowledge to the team. Because you'll know that one of our strengths is empowerment of the MLO through this training and technology, both of them really being intertwined in everything that we do. I mean, as you can see, we have the CRM, which is a proprietary product, which helps in the training, which helps in the leads, which come from our technology as well, which helps with your production. And in this year, we have the great quoting system, which really helps differentiate our team MLOs from everybody else out there trying to send quotes by like email and stuff like that. So, and then you have our life support, which I'm a big part of, and our knowledge center, which is also integrated in our CRM. In our life support, as Nick mentioned, we have our disclosure meetings, and we have our structure meetings, both of which things that I never knew existed when I was in another company. If you needed any help, you had to try to figure it out. And lo and behold, if you had a self-employed borrower, you really had to beg somebody to help you with that because nobody ever gave any training on that. Well, all our MLOs get training on that. All our MLOs have access to our knowledge center and to all of the income calculators that we have out there, as well as to us if they need any help structuring and analyzing that difficult loan. We definitely don't want to leave any stone unturned in terms of opportunities out there for our team. We really train you to be more hands-on and to be more of a consultant in how you handle your business. That's really important right now in this environment where you really have to be able to add value to what you're doing. It's not just about the rate, it's about closing the deal. As Nick mentioned, we're out there reaching out to those that aren't being reached out to. They're happy when they find us. The buck stops here. They're not shopping you around, and hopefully you'll get a few six packs. And by that, I'm not talking about beers. I'm talking about one investor hitting you up with 6 properties at one time because they're just so excited they found you. They don't want to just test you out on one deal. They're gonna give you everything they have, and then they're gonna turn you on to all of their investor friends. So that's what we're really all about here. We do a whole continuum of business, but where we're putting our our advertising dollars is in what we feel is going to give the most bang for your buck, and it's going pretty efficient and successful there, I would say. So
Thank you, sir. Okay, last thing here, I'm going to go over the next steps, and then we will go ahead and get into the questions. So give me a second here to share my screen. And so again, Nick, go ahead and drop the link in the chat for me here so that they can come sign up. Just the same thing that Nick went over, go ahead and sign up for the plan that works best for you. If you're ready to do loans or you're already doing loans, you'll probably just join as a loan officer. And once you close 5 loans, you'll move up to a senior loan officer on the higher comp plans because you'll know our system need a little less support, right? If you are brand new to the business or you're just more interested in kind of the front end of things more so, getting the lead, speaking to the lead, gathering the information, and then just kind of assisting through the process while the senior loan officer does more of the heavy lifting, the loan officer assistant plan is probably more for you. So you want to come here to that link that Nick dropped in the chat. You're going to click this button to sign up for the program that's applicable to you, and then you're going to be brought to sign the agreement. This is the initial comp plan agreement. You don't need to sign it right then. It's going to email you a copy as well, so take your time, look over it. When you're ready to proceed, you're going to sign that initial compensation agreement. At that point, I will reach out to you. I handle all of the onboarding, and I will send you the next instructions and next steps so we can get your official employment documents. We can sponsor your license in the NMLS and all that kind of good stuff. So those will be your next steps. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the questions here. So Nick, you want to go ahead and stop recording?